And a happy Good Friday to you and all of you. It is a Good Friday, not the holiday, but just in general, Good Friday.
Odd.
Good weather and good vibes. Danny Boy, Bill Corpus Crispy. How's it going?
What's up, folks? Happy weekend.
Yes, a happy weekend. Certainly. Uh
And welcome to edition, what is it? 430,
434.
434 of the Sports Insanity podcast on the Sports Insanity Network, sponsored by the Dugout of Millwood. And yeah, it's Friday. We got a lot to talk about. The MLB deadline was yesterday.
Yeah.
We got Terry McLaurin, and we have to give you a disclaimer. We usually do our top fives on Friday, but I'm an idiot, so I'm
Well,
an idiot, so
we're both idiots because we didn't.
we
'Cause-
got just tied down with
yeah.
stuff, and so we're gonna bump that off to Monday at least.
Yes.
We're gonna hold that off on that, and we're
We'll,
gonna.
we'll probably do two top fives next week because we owe you one.
Yes, you're gonna get two. You might get two top fives next week,
Special.
people,
Yeah,
because we love you.
exactly.
We love you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get down to business because I know Reggie Boy's on a time constraint, so we're gonna go to business. All right. Yesterday was the MLB trade deadline.
Yep.
A lot of big news. What do you think?
A lot of moves made. Not, not. I can't say the Yankees didn't make any
They
moves
did.
because they did. They boosted their relievers. They got Bednar from the Pirates and Doval from the Giants. And look, all those are fine. And then, of course, they made several other moves before Wednesday. They got Austin Slater filling the outfield spot. They
Yes,
got
they did.
Jose Caballero during the game was traded to the Yankees. He had to switch locker rooms with the Rays locker room. Now he has to go to the Yankee clubhouse. Um, so I can't say the Yankees didn't do anything, but in terms of the big time guns out there, the Yankees didn't do anything because look, obviously, I hope that these moves pan out. I'm not rooting against it, but when you see the Mets get the players that they did, when you see the Rangers boost their rotation, which is huge for the Yankees, needed to get a starter. They needed to get a starter, and they didn't get a starter. Of course, Brian Cashman not there making
Problem.
excuses. The excuses. Well, we called, but they didn't like what we were offered, whatever it was. Um, I know that um they weren't interested in trading some of their top prospects. The only time, as a matter of fact, I think Brian Cashman even said the only time you would trade any of the top prospects is to get Paul Skeens. But with that being said,
You know the Pirates weren't going to give up Paul
they
Skeens.
weren't going to do that. With that being said, the Yankees didn't do enough to boost the areas. Yes, they got what they need in terms of positions, in terms of the defense, in terms of the pitching. It's great. But they also need hitting. This whole defense first approach, yes, it's nice because the Yankees were terrible defensively last season, but they also need the hitting. They need hitting to complement the pitching and the
Bro,
defense.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Well, McMahon has been getting off to a good start.
He's been okay. Uh, the problem is you don't know what McMahon you're getting. Right now, McMahon is not having a great year hitting wise, but he's always been great defensively. If you give me last year's McMahon, cool. I will take that. I will absolutely take that down the stretch in the season if you're trying to compete for a division. But if you're going to give me this year's McMahon, who has not been good hitting wise, then like I don't know how that's going to contribute down the road. If you're only going to be relying on 99 and 35 and Trent Grisham here and there, Jazz Chisholm when he's not slumping and making good choices at the plate, that's a problem. That is a massive problem.
No, I agree. It is a massive problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Yankee, like people are saying, like the New York Times gave the Yankees an A for their trade deadline. I'll give them a B. I'm feeling generous today.
I'm going to say B plus because
Okay.
technically speaking, they did address the positions of need. They just didn't get better hitting wise. That's what they needed. They did add speed with Caballero. He can also play shortstop, which is probably, I don't know when he'll play because they're going to be very stubborn and play Volpe anyway. But it'd be pretty nice to know, like, hey, look, we have another shortstop on our hands, right? Uh,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah. I see that they sent down JC Escara and moved Ben Rice to catcher. So Ben Rice has been okay catching this season, so we'll see how that goes. Um, but yeah, not to me for the Yankees, not enough moves. Not enough moves, you know.
Yeah, and like, listen, I think Ryan Cashman thinks we're morons.
Right.
Because when he was saying, like, well, they would have for Paul Skeens. Okay, dude, do you literally think the Pirates would have give up Paul Skeens, who is probably right now the best pitcher in baseball?
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to do that, Reggie?
Well,
And before
I
we
don't think
came
he
on
was
the air, we
offered
were
to do it.
talking about Carlos
You know?
Correa and
Excuse
the
me, sorry. But yeah,
Do you think he was really going to give up Paul Skeens?
not this trade deadline. The Pirates weren't interested in that.
That would
Um,
be like asking if the Yankees were to give up Aaron Judge.
yeah.
It's not going to happen. And I think Cashman thinks we're morons. He knows he knows that we're going he knows the Pirates were gonna not give up Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
He knows it.
In any case, Yankees did make they made moves. It wasn't crazy, but they made moves and they did bolster the bullpen. So we'll take it. Take it and see how it goes. And I mean, we need Judge back soon because I'm just being real. I just don't want to go a long time without
Oh, me
having
neither.
our big time hitter.
I
So
heard he was hitting off the tee, so that's good to hear.
they're good to hear, but it's not enough. Not
Like,
enough.
I'll be honest with you. Again, when they said IL 10 days, and you've said this, I've said this, anyone who has half a brain knows this. Because we are very smart people.
Yeah,
When they say 10 days, they usually mean like 15 to 20 days.
yeah.
10 is like a conservative estimate, if that makes sense.
And it's if he feels good, but he has to be 100% or close to it.
I'll give it 94%.
Hmm, fair enough. All right.
But not like hopefully Judge gets better soon. And like listen, I think the Yankees had a solid trade deadline. I don't think they had a great trade deadline.
Yeah, it was good enough to get the positions of need, but the quality of the players, I just wish that they address more of the hitting and more of the starting pitching because starting pitching is the one of the things that we struggle at. You know, minus Max Fried, a lot of these pitchers starting wise very inconsistent. And look, they had a much better week this week. I can't deny that, but still. Um, in any case, yeah, other big time moves made on Thursday, excuse me. Um, Obviously the big one, Astros reacquiring Carlos Correa from the Twins. Carlos Correa, obviously a huge big time Astro, 2015 to 2021, won a bunch of World Series with them. So
Especially the infamous.
yeah, the cheating scandal, the trash banging, all that stuff. Um, let's see where he fits. I think he fits fine. I think he fits fine. Uh, Cedric Mullins goes to the Mets. Uh, Mets made a lot of moves, bolster that bullpen. They got better pitching wise. They got better hitting wise. That's gonna be a team to watch down the stretch. And then of course,
Now the Mets have Cedric Mullins. Their team's gonna get boosted up. Watch.
yeah. And look, he's not the greatest hitter, but still, you know, he can rake. Um, this is the one I wanted the Yankees go after. Merrill Kelly. Um, he goes to the Rangers. And the reason why, like I said, you want to bolster your rotation, and you didn't do that. So, but the Rangers ended up getting him. Padres made a bunch of moves. They were pretty busy at the deadline. They get Ryan O'Hearn and Laureano. And then the Orioles swapped a bunch of believe these are a bunch of prospects from the Padres stuff. So
So who do you think had the best trade deadline?
it's a good question.
I would say probably the Padres had a very good trade deadline.
In terms of the sellers, Rangers, Padres, Astros, Mariners. Mariners got Gino Suarez.
Yes.
Um, I think of the Blue Jays as well. They got Shane Bieber, who used to be a Cy Young guy for the Guardians. He did a good, tremendous job there. Um, I think the Rangers only because they've solidified their rotation um, with Merrill Kelly. Now it's pretty freaking dangerous. You have DeGrom there as well. Like that Rangers down the stretch are going to be pretty darn cool to watch.
Yeah. I think they're going to be pretty good. I
Yeah,
think the Mets had a very good trade deadline.
Mets did a tremendous job.
Mets did a good job.
Yeah,
Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Mark Goldobsky, Halpern, and Mike Rifkin as well. But no, Mets had a very good trade deadline. Bullpen got boosted.
yeah.
Bullpen got boosted.
Or
The Mets now have Cedric Mullins. I think they had a very solid trade deadline.
O's getting a lot of prospects is good, but let's see what that actually does for them. Technically speaking, the Orioles did downgrade massively after they talked up their team. So I think this was a failure. This whole season has been a failure for Baltimore. So
I agree with you.
it's interesting to watch. Um, Not necessarily very happy with the Giants. The Giants gave up a lot of their big time pieces. And granted, I'm not saying the Giants are necessarily in the playoff race, but that's another team that I'm very disappointed in that gave up a lot of their pieces. Um, but just knowing that, they had a season and it just wasn't working out. So, uh, that's the team I'm very disappointed in. And of course, Pirates giving up a bunch of players. Rays giving up a bunch of players. How about the Tigers bolstering their pitching staff too? Tigers making a lot of big time moves as well. So all these teams, I think, for the most part, the teams that were buyers did very well. Teams that were sellers, uh, some were okay, some got some really bad prospects out of this. So
So the buyers were good, the sellers were
yeah,
meh.
yeah, probably the better way to explain it.
Buyers were good, sellers were meh.
Yeah.
But hey, it worked. And I
Mhm.
think we had a very good trade deadline, and I think it
Yeah.
was interesting. Correa, welcome back to Houston.
Yeah, we'll kick your ass. And the
Guess what, buddy? Guess what, buddy? Get the trash cans out.
it's gonna be fun.
Get the trash cans out. Welcome back.
Yeah. The batter up crew, minus me, will have full coverage of the all the deadline reaction later today. They go at around 1 o'clock, 1:30, whatever the time that is. So please stay tuned for that. They'll cover pretty much every trade and react to everything. Unfortunately, I do have plans today, so I can't join them, but you'll be able to see more deadline coverage for that. And stay tuned. There'll be definitely be Mike Rifkin. There'll definitely be Mark the old ops guy. So please tune into that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Hey, when are they doing that today?
Sometime at 1 o'clock. Yeah, right around that time. Yeah.
Maybe I'll jump in.
Maybe
Who
there's a
knows?
surprise appearance from the Corpus Christi himself.
I don't know if they're gonna love that or hate that.
I mean, they gotta get one of the other SIP guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna be there, so yeah.
Well, I'll see. I do got to get some stuff done for work today too, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm working remote today, so
Well, that's
I got to get a few.
perfect.
I got to get a
Yeah.
few things done.
Yeah,
But because guys, I got bills to pay.
exactly.
I got my mouth to feed. No one else's mouth to feed. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. Ain't nothing in this world for free. Y'all know that song. Good song. Good song. But anyway, yeah. So good trade deadline. The Hall of Fame game was last night, NFL wise, wasn't it?
Yeah, no one gave a shit because no one was talking about it. Though,
Well, here's the one mention of it. The Chargers beat the Lions 34-7 in a completely meaningless game in Canton, Ohio.
yeah, I'm sure the Lions didn't give a shit who they were playing. Let's be real. Like they didn't really want to play this game. No one does. The only benefit you have with the Hall of Fame game is the fact that you can report to camp early. Like that's literally it. You probably get a big edge, though it didn't work for the Jets back in the day. It still it gives you an edge, right? To um to get your workouts in before any other team does reports to camp. So that's literally it. Um, but no one cares about this whole thing game. No one cares. I don't care. I, I think it's stupid to be honest with you, but I get it. Nigga, you want to have the game at Canton and then celebrate the Hall of Fame weekend that is. What?
Yeah, Hall of Fame weekend is this weekend in the NFL.
Yeah.
And who's getting inducted this year? We like to congratulate Antonio Gates,
Mhm.
Jared Allen,
Mhm.
Sterling Sharp, and Eric Allen. Congrats to all three.
Yeah. Still no Eli
Congrats to
Manning.
all three.
Still no Eli Manning, which is great because he's not a Hall of Famer. But
Oh, come on, bro.
he's gonna get in. What are you worried about?
Yeah, he'll get in one of these days. And listen, I know you're a little bitter because, he beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. Unlike the Jet quarterback situation over the last God knows how many years.
At least the Jets can beat the Patriots in the playoffs.
Let me reiterate, we beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl.
Mhm. Yeah. And you call that a rivalry. But in any case, um,
No, I don't call it a rivalry. I call it laughing in my dear friend Ted Peck, who's a Pats fan. Ted, if you are listening, shout out to you, my dear friend. That is me laughing in Ted Peck's face. Not Ted, you're a great guy. I love you, buddy. But no, that's me laughing in Patriot fans' face. It's not a rivalry.
right, fair enough.
But remember, we beat them twice. Okay, you beat them in the. I'll give you credit. You beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was a glorious victory.
Can we just mutually agree, Reggie, that anytime the Patriots lose, it's fun?
Yeah.
Can we just mutually agree that?
Well, for me, anytime the AFC East, except the Jets lose, it's fun. You know, it's a good
Beating
day.
Brady was always a good time.
Yeah. You know, it's a good day when the Jets win and everyone else loses in that division. You know.
Yes. Well, I haven't had, unfortunately, I haven't had many days like this. It's a great day when the Giants win and the rest of the NFC East loses.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't had many days like that.
Fair enough. But yes, uh, the Hall of Fame enshrinements this weekend, and uh, but like I said, I don't watch any of this stuff. This stuff is really meaningless. The Hall of Fame game that is. Um, but we do have big time news in the NFL that dropped literally last evening. You think the trade deadline is, going to be dominating all the headlines and stuff. Well, football says, psych, we're the number one sport. So we'll come back at you with Terry McLaurin for the Commanders requesting a trade out of DC.
Yes.
And I was talking with friends from back at home who were either not as worried, they knew they were going to get something done or whatever. And I told them straight to their faces, look, Terry McLaurin is not a guy you want to lose. This is a lifelong commander. This is a guy that you have invested in. This is a guy that wants to be here. This is a guy that has been here through all the troubles. And yet it's 2 weeks into camp and you don't have a contract done. That's a problem. Like, let's be real about that. You don't, all I said was you start camp. You don't want things to keep going past for the first week, and you did. You don't want any of these contract issues going past the second week, and you did. And now you guys been negotiating all summer long for this. And now he's being frustrated with the whole process and wants out all of a sudden. So this is actually one of the first big time losses in the Dan Quinn, Adam Peters regime, where you have your big time explosive player, franchise player, wide receiver, and he wants out.
Right.
Absolutely. So, where do you think he's going to go if he does get traded?
Well, there's a few landing spots. top priority should be for any team looking for big time wide receivers. Buffalo. Um, Teams should be getting on the phone with them now. Any team. I would say one of the teams, selfishly for me, is the Jets. Um, because they already have their Ohio State contingent over there. You might as well add to that with McLaurin. Now that's just a pipe dream. The Jets never make those moves, but still, um, give them a phone call. Why not? Um, I think the Chiefs certainly could bolster their wide receiver. Doesn't hurt um, for them. I think the 49ers could be a good spot. I think the LA Chargers could be a good spot. There's so many different teams out there. Um, I think the best fit would be for the Buffalo Bills, be quite honest with you. The Bills need a wide receiver. I think they have enough in their wide receiving room to get by throughout the season and be good enough to win the division for sure. But Scary Terry, while not the best receiver in the league, gets you to the Super Bowl. That's my honest opinion. That's the team that I would be banking on trying to get it.
Mhm. And that is Buffalo, you were saying?
Buffalo.
Yeah. No, no, I think that would be good. Or also, Terry, if you want to stay in the NFC East, there's a team in Jersey. Yes, I have to admit they're in Jersey. That wears blue that would love to have you. That's not going to happen, is it?
I mean, you never know. I
You
don't
never
think
know.
I don't know if this regime would trade within the division. I think that'd be stupid. Um, but then yet again, things have happened before. Um, yeah. But obviously, if I'm the Commanders, I would honor his request. I think it'd be stupid not to do so. And try to see if you can get some draft picks, all that stuff out of it, you know, so that you could focus for later, the draft and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so Terry may be on the move.
Yeah. Uh, Very disappointed in Washington. Very disappointed.
But hey, it is what it is. Could this set them back, though?
I mean, we don't know. I think it does, but we won't know. I'm very curious to see what JD5 himself does, with news like this happening. Like what does that do for him? Like how does he respond? Does he create new relationships with new wide receivers?
Hey, best of, bet. No, I agree. Does he do that? We'll see. We
Be
will see
very
indeed.
interesting to see.
What was that?
It'd be very interesting to see.
I'm down. Totally down. So yeah, McLaurin on the move in Washington, and yeah. So what else we got today? Let's see.
Well, Mikal Bridges extended with the Knicks, 4 years, 150. A few incentives put in there. Good move if Bridges can be consistently good throughout the season. I need him to make impact plays and not be dumb on the court like he was in that conference final against the Pacers. He did absolutely nothing.
Nada.
So, yeah, I would like for him to be a little more consistent with his game. If, in fact, the Knicks are going to keep him like they are, again, 4 year, $150 million extension. which and look, the only good part about it is you have Brunson, you have Cat, and then you have Bridges
because this version of
for the next 3 seasons. So that's pretty nice. That is nice to see, but still,
Yeah.
um,
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah, Knicks might be building up. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, sorry, my mind's all over the place right now.
you thinking about the you know who? Is you know who on your mind right now? Yeah,
I
yeah.
plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. See, everybody, when and look, I'm not gonna expose most of that stuff to the crowd, but when a certain someone's on your mind and you know you want to be around that certain someone as much as possible, it's really hard to stay focused, especially on a sports show. Like I will admit to that. So. Yeah.
I'm not gonna disagree with you. Um, yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, we couldn't give you a top five today.
Yeah.
We'll give you two next week to make up for it, won't we, Reg?
Because
We're
again,
both morons.
yeah. Yeah.
We're
And
both
technically I am on vacation, but never on vacation from this show. I always have time,
ever on vacation from this show.
which is funny. It's rare that I take off from this show. It's rare that
Yeah, me too. Unless,
no.
I think the only times I took off was that time I had COVID. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, Bill was pretty sick that week. Like it was pretty bad. Yeah.
And I remember, no, like towards the end, I think that was like towards the end of my COVID because I remember I was feeling a little better, but I was still coughing.
Right.
And I remember Patrick said, Bill, take this week, take Monday off.
Yeah.
Take Monday off. But yeah, I I did take off when I had COVID.
Mm.
Anything yeah, I don't think I really took time except there was that one time I took off because it was my birthday week.
Yeah.
Okay, I took two times off.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
No,
right, so
but Bill's always here. That's the moral of the story.
I'm always here. All right. So dude, in the words of Imagine Dragons, I guess there's nothing else to say now.
Yeah. If you like what you see, you can comment, you subscribe. You could hit that button for all those notifications, push it right to your phone, push it to your computer. Um, listen to this show wherever you get your shows. We're live on YouTube as well. So uh have a great weekend, folks.
All right, we will see you Monday. Stay
Some
safe,
love.
take care, and once again, thank you to the Dugout of Millwood.
Mhm.